Fleet Commander Zethkar of the Dominion Navy floated in his command gel, studying the tactical displays with growing unease. The humans had been contained within their small stellar territory for decades, dismissed by the galactic community as a barely spacefaring species, useful only for manual labor and resource extraction. Their technology was primitive, their ships laughably outdated, and their military doctrines seemingly non-existent. So why were 17 Dominion battle groups retreating in full disorder? "Status report," Zethkar commanded, his chromatophores pulsing the deep crimson of frustrated authority. Lieutenant Vixen's tendrils trembled as she consulted her instruments. "Commander, the humans have. They've taken the Kepler station. The entire 3rd battle group has been destroyed or captured." Admiral Mortek's flagship was boarded, and she paused, her bioluminescent patches flickering with distress. "Admiral Mortek is demanding immediate evacuation. He claims the humans are doing things to capture Dominion personnel." Zethkar's chromatic display shifted to incredulous yellow. The Kepler station was a fortress world defended by 30,000 Dominion Marines and protected by overlapping shield generators that could withstand planetary bombardment. The idea that a ragtag human fleet could even approach the station, let alone capture it, defied all logical analysis. "Clarify doing things, Lieutenant." Vixen's color patterns indicated extreme discomfort. "Psychological warfare, Commander. But not as we understand it. The humans appear to be learning from captured personnel. Within hours of capture, they demonstrate detailed knowledge of our tactical protocols, command structures, even personal information about our officers' families. This was impossible. Dominion interrogation techniques were sophisticated beyond anything the humans possessed. Their crude truth serums and neural probes shouldn't be able to extract complex military intelligence from trained Dominion personnel within hours. "Display the tactical progression of the Kepler engagement," Zethkar ordered. The holographic display materialized, showing the battle's timeline in 3-dimensional detail. What he saw defied every principle of space combat doctrine established over millennia of galactic warfare. The human fleet had approached Kepler station not in the expected formation of capital ships supported by escort vessels, but as a swarm of small, apparently civilian craft, cargo haulers, mining vessels, passenger transport ships that registered as non-threatening on Dominion sensors and were allowed to approach within the station's defensive perimeter. Then everything had gone wrong simultaneously. The civilian vessels had revealed hidden weapon systems and immediately targeted the station's sensor arrays, communications, relays, and point defense systems with surgical precision. But more disturbing than their deception was their targeting priorities. The humans had somehow identified and neutralized the exact systems that would prevent Dominion forces from coordinating an effective response. "How did they know our defensive weaknesses?" Zethkar muttered, his chromatophores cycling through confused patterns. The answer came from an unexpected source. Dr. Thisara, the fleet's xenobiology specialist, approached the command cluster with her usual precise movements. "Commander, I believe I understand what we're facing. I've been analyzing combat recordings from all 17 engagements, and there's a pattern the tactical computers missed." Zethkar gestured for her to continue, though part of him dreaded what she might reveal. "The humans aren't simply defeating us through superior technology or numbers," Dr. Thisara explained, her academic calm somehow more unsettling than panic would have been. "They're predicting our responses with impossible accuracy. Every tactical decision we make, they've already prepared countermeasures. It's as if they're fighting an enemy they've studied for centuries. Impossible. First contact with humanity occurred only 37 years ago." Dr. Thisara activated her portable display, showing neurological scans from recovered Dominion prisoners. "Commander, the humans have been studying us far longer than we realized. These scans show evidence of sophisticated neural mapping. The humans have been reverse engineering Dominion psychology, decision-making patterns, even individual personality matrices. The implications hit Zethkar like a plasma bolt to the neural cortex. Every diplomatic contact, every trade negotiation, every cultural exchange over the past 4 decades, the humans had been collecting data, not just technical specifications or economic information, but psychological profiles of entire species. "They've been preparing for war since first contact," he whispered. "Not just war, Commander. Total war. The humans don't fight to achieve limited objectives or negotiate better terms. They fight to completely eliminate threats to their existence." Dr. Thisara's color patterns shifted to the deep purple of academic fascination mixed with terror. "I've discovered something else. Human combat doctrine doesn't distinguish between military and civilian targets the way ours does. To them, any Dominion citizen is a potential source of intelligence or a future threat." Zethkar felt his command gear's temperature drop several degrees as the environmental systems detected his stress pheromones. "Are you saying they're targeting civilian populations?" "No, Commander. They're targeting civilian populations as military assets. Every captured merchant vessel becomes a source of navigation data. Every interrogated civilian provides information about industrial capacity, resource distribution, cultural weaknesses. The humans are conducting warfare at a societal level we never anticipated." The tactical display updated with new information from the front lines. The human advance had accelerated, with their forces now threatening the core systems of the Dominion. What was most disturbing was their complete disregard for their own casualties. Human ships would ram Dominion vessels if it provided a tactical advantage, and human marines would sacrifice themselves to achieve objectives that Dominion officers couldn't even identify. "Commander," Lieutenant Vixen announced, her voice barely above a whisper, "we're receiving a transmission from the human fleet. They're requesting to negotiate." Zethkar's chromatophores flashed bright orange with surprise. After devastating 17 battle groups, the humans wanted to talk. "Open the channel." The view screen activated, revealing a human female in a simple military uniform. Her species' crude visual communication method made her intentions difficult to read, but something in her expression sent instinctive fear responses through Zethkar's nervous system. "Fleet Commander Zethkar," she said, somehow pronouncing his name with perfect Dominion linguistic patterns, despite humanity's supposed lack of advanced translation technology. "I am Admiral Sarah Chen of the Human Defense Force. We wish to discuss terms." "Terms of surrender?" Zethkar asked hopefully. Admiral Chen's facial expression shifted in what Zethkar had learned was called a smile. The display of teeth was apparently meant to indicate friendliness among humans, but on a sapient predator species, it carried distinctly threatening connotations. "Terms of your withdrawal from human space, Commander. You have 48 hours to remove all Dominion forces from the following systems." The display updated with a star map showing nearly a quarter of the Dominion's territory highlighted in red. "Those systems aren't in human space," Zethkar protested. "They are now," Admiral Chen replied simply. "We've analyzed your species' expansion patterns, industrial capacity, and military doctrine. The highlighted systems represent the minimum buffer zone necessary to ensure long-term human security. You may retain everything beyond that boundary." Zethkar stared at the map, realizing that the humans had not only defeated his forces, but had planned for the long-term strategic implications of their victory. They weren't fighting for revenge or resources, they were reshaping the galactic balance of power to guarantee their permanent survival. "And if we refuse?" Admiral Chen's smile widened, showing even more teeth. "Then we demonstrate why evolution designed humans to be persistence hunters, Commander. We will follow you across the galaxy until your species no longer poses a threat to ours. The transmission ended, leaving Zethkar floating in his command jail, finally understanding the true horror of humanity's entry into galactic affairs. They had never been the primitive species the Dominion believed them to be. They had simply been studying their enemies while pretending to be harmless. The galaxy's deadliest predators had finally left their home system, and they had learned well from their prey.